What's up guys, it's National Master Demapples here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you the most aggressive chess opening that I've ever seen in all my years of playing chess. Now, you might think it might be the fried liver, right? After all this stuff, there's like bishop c4, and after knight f6, knight g5, you might think it's the Evans Gambit after bishop b4, b4. And I see a lot of you, according to my polls, seem to play e4, e5, or like face it a lot. And so I have come up with something different when I first saw it. It's f4, it's called the King's Gambit, and before you click away and say, oh, this isn't valid, it's just like a bad opening, gives away a pawn. Yes, but I've also played it over the board against chess masters before, and I know many players who have as well. So, it's a lot more sound than you think. Even Jan Nepomniachtchi, who I'm pretty sure you know, has played it quite a bit. So, first of all, usually black takes the pawn. Black doesn't have to take the pawn, but if he doesn't really have any advantage. I mean, we'll just move out our knights, we'll move out our bishop, and we'll castle really soon. And the point of this opening is that you get the open f-file. So it takes, knight f3, and here there are three main moves according to what I've seen. One of them is g5, the other one is knight c6, and the other one is d6. Let's take a look at knight c6 first. This is one of the easier responses to deal with, because all we need to do is go d4. Just taking control of the center, attacking this pawn. d5, pawn takes pawn. What you don't want to do is push e5 here, actually, because then black goes g5 and protects his pawn. So we take this pawn, takes, attacking the queen with tempo, and after bishop to e2, white is doing really well. First of all, he threatens a fork. We're going to take our pawn back. We're going to castle. We have a lot more development, and black is already in pretty big trouble. So, say pawn to d6. I think Bobby Fischer said this move completely refutes the King's Gambit. That's just not true. I'm just going by the most common moves, and one of the most common moves here is bishop g4, but this move makes absolutely no sense, as we'll see. Just bishop takes pawn. Takes, knight f6, bishop c4. You know, we're getting our bishops out, and we're about to castle. We have a really nice center, and black has really nothing to show for it, right? We have the bishop pair as well, and he has a small center, and it's clear who's in charge here. It's pretty much the same as the previous position, where we got our pawn back, and we got a big center, but this time we get the bishop pair as well, so this is even better. Yeah. Something like this could happen, or just much better. So let's take a look at the most critical move, which is pawn to g5. Now, here, there are multiple moves, and I believe in Nepomniachtchi's course, I'm not quite sure, I think he goes for h4, and after g4, he recommends like knight e5. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he says. But there is a crazier line after g5, and that's bishop c4. This is the most logical move ever. You're just developing another piece, attacking the pawn on f7, right? So g4, attacking the knight. And you might think, okay, well, the point is knight e5, and we go after this pawn, right? Queen h4 check, because now our knight is gone, right? So black can check us. Go king f1, and then, I don't know, black develops a piece, maybe to here to defend this pawn, and, you know, black's a little bit better. He's up a pawn. Looks like our attack isn't going anywhere after black kicks our knight, but white definitely has compensation, and he'll probably win his pawn back. Now, this is not what we're going for, alright? We, after bishop c4 and g4, are going to castle, sacrificing our knight. Now, you might say this is insanity, right? Now, black pretty much has to take our knight. If he doesn't take our knight, we'll just move it, and now we're castled too, right? So now queen h4 isn't a threat. So, pawn takes knight. Takes, queen f6, protecting the pawn. Black really needs to protect the pawn here. If he doesn't, you know, look at all this pressure down the f-file. And we're gonna go attack the pawn anyways. So queen f6, e5 is theory, and apparently it's a really nice move. The point, get the queen off the file so we can take the pawn. Well, black's not gonna give up that easily. Queen takes pawn, protects his pawn. But now, all hell breaks loose. White is about to be down like 2 pieces and a pawn after bishop takes f7. I'm gonna cover king takes f7. Of course, black doesn't need to take, but why would he not take a free piece, you know? Besides, we took a really important pawn. So king takes d4, giving up yet another pawn after queen takes pawn with check, by the way. White is down 7 points, but he has bishop to e3, a really nice attack on the queen. And so the thing is, right, black goes queen to f6. First of all, he does want to block any sort of attacks white has, but he can't take because after takes, black can't take his queen back. He's pinned, and he's up material, but look at his king, and all his pieces are on the back row, while white is already castled and has a huge attack. So, yeah, black's completely lost here. Queen f6, bishop takes pawn. It's a very simple move, saving the bishop. Bishop c5 check. Seems like a very common move, very logical, getting a piece out, and with tempo, king h1. d6 is a very common move. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it seems very common. Queen h5 check. Queen g6, simply blocking the check. But now we can take this pawn with check, and yeah, the reason why d6 is played, guys, is because white does threaten queen h5 check, followed by taking the bishop. I should have probably mentioned that before saying that d6 was the most common move, but after bishop d6, knight f6, rook takes f6. I mean, you can't make this up, guys. Like, this is definitely the most aggressive opening you've ever seen, and this is still kind of theory, right? White is completely winning here. If takes, we have checkmate here. So, and if black doesn't take, we'll just take his queen, because his queen can't take us. It's pinned. So, yeah, I'll just give you a run through again. This very aggressive King's Gambit is something that you might want to try, and yes, try this opening out yourself. It's full of sacrifices and full of fun. Yeah, hope you try this out in your next game. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, or if you didn't, you should still like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.